Friends, there are a total of 195 countries in the world right now, and all countries are trying to prove themselves better than each other. There is a race among all countries to increase their military power because the army is considered the backbone of any country. However, due to the desire of countries to showcase their strength these days, the world has had to go through the dangerous phase of two world wars. At present, two major wars are ongoing. The first is Russia's war with Ukraine and NATO, and the second is Israel's war with Iran, Palestine, Lebanon, and other Arab countries. Besides, countries like Myanmar, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and Afghanistan are in conditions of civil war, meaning the people of these countries are becoming thirsty for each other's blood. In such a situation, being powerful has become a necessity for any country rather than just a desire. Today, we will tell you about the 10 most powerful countries in the world, which are at the top of the 2024 Global Firepower Index. It is said that no one can defeat these countries. That is, no one can conquer them, and there is no match for their strength. Seeing the position of our beloved India in this list, your head will surely rise with pride. But before that, all Indians, please like the video and write Jai Hind in the comment box. Remember, writing Jai Hind is a matter of pride for us. Number 10. Italy. Italy is the 10th most powerful country in the world, whether it is regarding military power or GDP. With a population of only 60 million, this country is making significant progress. The Italian army has only 165,000 soldiers, but all these soldiers are skilled in operating all types of defense equipment. The biggest feature of Italy is that it has made agreements to import advanced equipment from superpowers like the United States, Germany, Israel, France, Britain, and India. This is why the Italian armed forces are equipped with state-of-the-art weaponry, making it a strong military power. The Italian army has 800 aircraft, 61,000 armored vehicles, 200 tanks, 200 artillery, 8 submarines, 2 aircraft carriers, and 90 fighter jets, which is quite sufficient for the defense of such a small country. Number 9. After the partition of India in 1947, Pakistan's sole purpose has been to seize Jammu and Kashmir from India. For this, it has made every possible effort, from attempting to infiltrate India during the Kargil War to seeking assistance from countries like the USA and China. Today, Pakistan's GDP has become so weak that millions of its people are struggling with hunger. There is a shortage of flour in the country, and many areas have experienced blackouts, meaning there is no electricity there. However, it would not be wrong to say that no matter how hungry the people of Pakistan are, Pakistan spends an immense amount on its military. This is why the Pakistani military is the 9th strongest army in the world. It possesses not only advanced weapons from China and America, but has also established itself as a nuclear power country. The Pakistani military has about 6.5 million active personnel, while there are 5.5 million reserve personnel. This neighboring country possesses a total of 1,400 aircraft, including 387 fighter jets, 50,000 military vehicles, 3,700 tanks, and submarines. However, most of these are made in China, and whether they will work or not remains a big question. Number 8. Geographically, Turkey is one of the most powerful countries in the world because it serves as a gateway between Europe and Asia. For this reason, many important trade routes pass through Turkey, and superpowers like the USA and Russia want to have it on their side. But as they say, blessings and curses are two sides of the same coin, and in Turkey's case, being located between two major continents often leads to various problems. Every year, millions of people attempt to illegally move from Asia to Europe and from Europe to Asia through Turkey, and if they are caught at the border, they try to settle there as refugees. In terms of military power, Turkey's army is the 8th strongest in the world, with 425,000 active personnel. The country spends 320 billion rupees annually on its defense budget. For this reason, among NATO's 32 countries, Turkey's army is considered the second most powerful after the USA. Number 7. Japan. When discussing powerful countries, it is impossible not to mention Japan, a small country located next to powerful nations like China, Russia, and North Korea. Japan is always surrounded by military threats, which is why it has strengthened its military power so much in recent years that any country would think 100 times before confronting it. Japan's military has about 3 lakh soldiers, But Japan's real strength lies in its modern technology and self-sufficiency. Companies here are doing revolutionary work in fields like defense robotics and aerospace. Recently, Japan has developed a hypersonic missile system and advanced naval ships, further solidifying its military power. Along with military strength, Japan also dominates the world economically. Despite a population of only 125 million, Japan is the third largest economy in the world after the United States and China. People here are known for their hard work, discipline, and innovation. Innovations like bullet trains, high-tech cameras, electric cars, and defense systems are symbols of Japan's technological sophistication. From culture to power, Japan is such a unique and impressive country that it cannot be praised enough. Number 6. United Kingdom. There was a time when Britain's empire spread over more than half of the world, including India, Australia, and Canada. The British intruded into various countries under the guise of trade, established their government, and looted the resources and wealth to take them back to Britain. However, after the Second World War, the United Kingdom began to weaken. The countries it had occupied gained independence and severed trading ties with Britain. Additionally, during the war, Britain became indebted to many nations. Still, today the United Kingdom is considered the sixth most powerful country in the world. The British Armed Forces have a lower number of troops compared to other countries, with only 140,000 soldiers. But their military is advanced in terms of modern technology and sophisticated weapon systems, surpassing many countries. Especially the bravery and achievements of the Royal Navy are famous worldwide, giving it a distinct identity in terms of military power. Number 5. South Korea. You must have heard about North Korea's dictator Kim Jong-un and his eccentric antics. That same country threatens to launch nuclear missiles at the United States over trivial matters. However, in terms of military strength, North Korea still ranks 35th. In contrast, its neighboring rival and close friend of the United States, South Korea, is the 5th most powerful country in the world. However, it is a different matter that despite being so powerful, South Korea lives in fear of North Korea. South Korea's army has 500,000 active soldiers and 300,000 reserve soldiers. This figure is so large because military service for men is mandatory for several years. This means that this country has a vast army of trained soldiers ready to enter the battlefield at any time. In 2024, South Korea's defense budget was $45 billion, with which it purchased several advanced weapons from the United States. However, South Korea is still not a nuclear power country. Number 4 is India. In 1947, when India gained independence, we had only a 400,000-strong army, but the government did not have funds, so for some time, it was reduced to 200,000 soldiers. The situation was so bad that, far from tanks and fighter jets, Indian soldiers did not even have proper guns. But times changed, and today our beloved India has become the 4th most powerful military superpower in the world after the United States, Russia, and China. Today, the Indian Armed Forces have 1.45 million active military personnel and 1.15 million reserve soldiers. The most notable thing is that India is developing indigenous technology for armored vehicles, tanks, warships, and fighter jets for its army. The Indian Army has a total of 2,300 aircraft, including 600 fighter jets, 4,600 tanks, 1.5 million military vehicles, 400 artillery pieces, 18 submarines, and 2 aircraft carriers. Not only that, India is also a nuclear superpower country and is also listed among the top 5 countries in the world with the largest land, air, and naval forces. In 2024, India invested $75 billion in the defense sector. In terms of the economy, India is the 5th largest country in the world, and many major startups are emerging from India. Friends, India's position in the Global Firepower Index is just behind the United States, Russia, and China. Interestingly, these 3 countries are almost on similar footing, and India has the potential to surpass them all in the near future, because history is a witness that India achieved this position in just 80 years, and this is the result of our hard work, determination, and self-reliance. Therefore, we should be proud to be Indian. Number 3. China, our neighboring country, has 2 million active soldiers in the People's Liberation Army. Leveraging its manufacturing power, China has earned so much money from the USA and other Western countries over the past 50 years that its defense budget always remains quite robust. In just 2023, China spent about $100 billion on its army, which is 4 times more than India's defense budget. China uses this money to openly copy defense technology from around the world. There are countless defense companies in China whose job is to make first copies of the world's best weapons, and because of this, China has a vast arsenal of weapons. However, according to some international reports, their large weapons are mostly for show and are not in a functional position. Number 2. 2 years ago, a war broke out between Russia and Ukraine, during which the USA imposed several strict sanctions on Russia at the global level. The 32 NATO countries stood against Russia. In such a situation, the economy and military power of any country could weaken, but Russia has not only maintained its strength but has also enhanced its military power further in these 2 years. The secret of Russia's military strength lies in its unique love for weapons since the time of the Soviet Union. Today, the Russian military has 1.5 million soldiers and possesses all types of modern defense equipment like automatic tanks, aircraft carriers, submarines, and fighter jets. All these weapons were not purchased from any country, but were made by Russia itself. Russia has also played a significant role in enhancing India's military strength, and during this Great War, India did not abandon Russia. Because of this, the friendship between India and Russia remains strong even today, and this relationship is a subject of discussion worldwide. Number 1, the United States being at the top of the list of the world's most powerful countries is not surprising. This country has been in the fray for centuries. However, a crucial turning point in its defense sector came during World War I when the United States supplied military equipment to the countries involved in the war. Since then, America realized the importance of military strength and began to increase its investment in it. The world's first nuclear bomb was also made in the United States, which was dropped on the Japanese city of Hiroshima. Today, America has become the most powerful country in the world, with a strong economy, leading the technological race, and its military power is unmatched. The annual military budget of the United States is just $816 billion, which it spends not only on developing its weapons, but also has the power to buy any country's defense technology at a fair price. There are 1.3 million active soldiers in the American Army, while there are 800,000 reserve soldiers. With this powerful military and modern technological resources, America remains the most powerful country in the world. So friends, how long will it take India to move from the 4th position to the 1st position to become the